Hello everyone, welcome back to the Above As Below. My name is Trimto. This is Assassin at Crimson Keep. So let's jump straight into it. Well, that didn't go quite as planned. Despite your genius preparations, the king was ready for your assassination attempt. No doubt, he was warned by Wilkins, that Haffer you should never have called a friend. Maybe Wilkins will get a visit tonight. Maybe Wilkins will get a visit tonight after you dispose of the benevolent king of his life, of course. Time will tell. Luckily, as the rest of your spy network is moderately reliable, tracking the king to his Crimson Fortress was simple enough. It's said that this mountain lair is where the king practices dark magics, creating unimaginable horrors for his own sadistic pleasures. You have your doubts, but best be on guard anyway. And I just yeet myself off. Fantastic. The sheer cliffs and the battlements would make it tricky even for you. Your more reliable part of the network found a fantastic boon in the king's paranoia. Every escape room needs an exit, which makes for a perfect entry. After your failed attempt at the king's life, you'd think the guards would be on higher alert, even at secret entrance or exit, as it were. Slipping past them without raising the alarm will probably be the easiest thing you do all night. You flip right on in. Look at me go. As you enter the pitch black cave, your dark vision lenses kick in. The sight before you matches the musty smell of decaying stagnant water one might expect from any natural cave. If it wasn't for the obvious guards out front, it might have actually taken you some modicum of time to find the entrance. The cave splits off to the right, where you can continue north. Go right. You see before you a rather old and worn out goblin, warming himself by a fire, humming a surprisingly beautiful tune. Even with your mask on, the stench of the poor creature is nearly unbearable and you stifle a gag. I'm gonna kill the goblin. Ugh! You slip your dagger in the unsuspecting goblin's back. His final melody echoes down the corridor before it's silenced forever. And not loot him? Like, what the fuck is this? I can't loot? Before you is the most horribly obvious trap you could possibly have in a cave. A pile of leaves sitting in the center of a corridor. That's rather insulting. Strong breeze coming from this direction. Okay. Ah, a completely non-suspicious treasure chest in the middle of a cave. Oh, do I... part of me wants to... Yeah. I'll examine the chest. You notice a faint scorch marks near the front of the chest. Thankfully, you didn't sleep through Professor Parrish's class on disarming magical traps. You you deftly disabled the trigger, which would have unleashed something unholy upon your person. When you open the chest, you find a glittering, definitely magical key, which you tuck away for safekeeping. The hairs on your neck spasm at the thought of what would have happened if you had the blood erupted. Caution is certainly due while in this cave. I think I skipped a dialogue. You're back in the trap room. Watch your step. Wait, there was a way here, though. Strange chitterings echo through the southern tunnel. As you emerge from the tunnel, you're greeted by a gust of wind, which pushes you back against the cavern wall. The chasm promises immediate and very final death should your feet slip. Two pillars, which serve as some of the foundation for the Crimson Keep above, are visible in this section of the cave. The tunnel veers off to the right, while a smaller one, more fit for a gnome or a small dwarf, apes at you from the left. your foot meets resistance in the thin air, a place that shouldn't have any. As you look, oh no, as you look down to see that you snagged your boot, you hear the sound of impending doom dropping from above. If you had the time to kick yourself for being so hasty, you would have jumped out. You'd have time to jump out of the way. Oh, sadly, you have time. You have time for neither. As 3 boulders plummet through your body. On the bright side, you didn't feel it in the slightest. You've met a terrible fate, haven't you? I'm gonna play this scene again. Okay, right, we're gonna go back. Okay, we're back in the trap room. As you enter this part of the cave, you pause at the faint sound of snorting. You glance around, but see nothing out of the ordinary. Another snort sends your eyes downward to see the most adorable little minotaur. Minotaur? The minotaur is snorting wildly as you smile down at it. It stamps its itty bitty hoof, getting ready for a charge. Move to the side. The minotaur charges as you move to the side. You're glad you do, as the tiny monster picks up a lot of speed. Maybe too much speed. It passes you and seems unable to stop, disappearing into the darkness behind you. With a soft rustle of leaves, you deduce it fell into the leaf trap you passed. That was definitely strange. No, wait, can you actually? Well, that was like the minotaur that you rushed, but you found its way through the leaves and ended up in a spike pit. Lucky thing is it's so small it fell right between the spikes and is dozing happily. You find it appropriate for the name Minotaur. Banjo should do. So we're calling that Banjo. As you enter this area, the key you recovered from the chest seems to be dragging towards the east. To the south is more cave. I'm going to go to the powerful thing. As you walk through this section of the cave, the magics you felt earlier grow more powerful, almost oppressively so. You feel goose flesh crawling all over your body. Finally, you emerge into a chamber that has been further hollowed out by machines. Before you is a cage door. The closer you draw toward it, the stronger the magics pull at your very being. The key in your pocket begins to pulse with the same magics. As you peek through the bars, you notice a small bundle of clothes. You jump back as the clothes move, revealing a young woman staring back at you. Orion? Oh. You're not one of my father's guards. Nope, I am not. You are the Princess Elia? I am. His one and only precious daughter, who is doted on as other girls can only dream. She spreads her arms a bit as you mistook for ornate bracelets are revealed to be bindings of magic. If it makes you feel any better, I plan on killing him. That's all well and good, but I'd be far more grateful if you just let me go. After that, who's Ryan? My bodyguard. He doesn't seem to be doing a very good job. Oh, I can save. Awesome. I did not know I could save. But anyway, my father has trapped her in her own mind. She's protecting him now, though against her will. I believe she's strong enough to break free if the right opportunity presents itself, such as a chance to rescue me. Do you know how I can free you? I imagine that glowing key in your pocket might have something to do with it. Yeah, it's quite possible. Use the keys on the lock. Uh-oh. As the key turns into the lock, the magics in the room as well as the key dissipate. The chains dissolve, leaving no trace the girl was ever imprisoned, other than the emotional scars she'll surely possess for the rest of her life. Whoa, thank you. Have you ever said an assassins are soulless scum? Pretty much everyone. I really thought I'd be here for the rest of my life. You're very welcome. Do you need help to get into the surface? Afraid of yet another escort mission? You're relieved at her reply. It will be fine. But please do not kill Orion. Though her presence can be terrifying. She is not a bad person, merely under some vile spell from my father. She pulls a small object from beneath her rags. Show her this, but be quick, as she is faster than she looks. As the pendant touches your gloved hand, both you and the master shudder at the slightest ember of the eternal flame within. This one could be a great deal of trouble indeed if she is not given proper guidance. If she sees this, it should break the spell what my father put on her. Should. Magic isn't an exact science, you know. I guess I'll have to do. On wobbly legs, the princess passes by you and into the cave. If you ever decide murder for hire isn't really your thing, come by my palace. My palace. I have a feeling you could do great things if you ever felt inclined. We go south. Before you stands the most out of place door you've ever seen. It's surely all that stands between you and your prey. That. And the enormous knight clad in black plate mail. The pendant in your pouch reacts to something. The black knight previously unaware of you now looked right in your direction. You have milady's pendant. The pendant. The knight stops, her glaive only half lowered. That pendant. Did you free the princess? I did. Then you have my thanks and my eternal gratitude. As you hand the pendant to the Black Knight, her stance changes slightly, no less deadly to be sure, but maybe not to you. She told me if ever she were freed, this pendant would find its way to me, thus breaking the curse of the the king placed upon me. Here is the key to the inner sanctum. Now please pass. I must find the princess and keep her safe. There are many other dangers in this world besides despicable fathers. The knight steps around you and hurries off into the darkness. Well, that was easy enough. As you insert the key into the lock, the magics that protected the door dissipate. Time to introduce yourself to the king. As you enter into the king's hideaway, you can't help but be impressed that he did not share on his panic room. You're pretty sure it's more lavish than this palace. All things considered, this wasn't a very fortified panic room. Please, good sir, I will give you whatever you want. Look, take all the riches you desire. I can kill you and take all the gold anyway. You can have my daughter. Then you'll be prince, king when I'm gone. I've seen how you treat your daughter. Forgive me if I pass on that offer. The king begins to wet himself. You know me. I'm sorry. This is just me. Assassinate. Sorry for your worshipfulness. A job is a job. Perhaps you should have been a better king. You make a small slice on the king's finger. Have a good death. The king's veins begin to pulse and begin to glow faintly as the poison does its work. In seconds, the king is dead at your feet. The king is dead. Having saved the Princess Alaya, you unwittingly brought a golden era. She has proved to be good and just queen. Orion, the Black Knight, stayed by her side, protecting her always. Though Queen Alaya was fairer than her father, he was no less forgiving. The kingdom prospered for a time, but it wasn't long before fear set in. The people's freedoms began to be taken away in order to quell crimes before they happened. Many assassins attempted to take out Queen Alaya, but Orion was always there protecting her. Your role in Queen Alaya's rise to power was never mentioned, and all things considered, you wouldn't have had it any other way. You got the depressing ending. Oh, what? Would you like to try a different route? I will try it a different time. But we will come back to this. Another day. But I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you had a great time. Please leave a comment, a like, and a subscription. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.